Hiya, Stitchy friends. I'm April. This is my little girl, Isis. She wants to hang out for Flosstube today, so she's going to be in the room with us. But anyways, my name is April. I am the owner of Creative Cuts and Crafts, and I am here today for another Flosstube update. And I don't have as many fully finished objects as I did last week. Last week was kind of crazy. I had 4. So I told y'all not to expect that from me though every single week. But I do want to get started and show y'all what I've been up to. So I hope that you grab a cup of coffee or tea and get your favorite stitching out, and because it is WIP Wednesday, right? So I would love to actually know what you're working on. If you would want to comment with what you're working on while you're watching my Flosstube down below, that would be really cool. I would love to know what y'all are all stitching on. So let's see what I've been stitching on. The first thing, as you can see, this is my fully finished object that I did. I only have one FFO this week, and it is my Autumn Rounds by Primrose Cottage. I kind of showed y'all this last week because I was releasing my tobacco basket frame in my shop, and I had a vision, right? And I think it came out wonderfully. I absolutely love it. Hi, Isis baby. I know. I don't know if they can hear you meowing. But anyway, so this is my FFO, and I'm not gonna take it off of this because thankfully the magnets in my cubicles are keeping it straight right now. It does hang straight on a wall, but if I were to hold it up and like actually show y'all close, then it wouldn't show up straight. So, but what I will show you is what I did. The tobacco basket frame, that's what this is. And it doesn't come with this middle magnet, but I just I glued in a magnet on the back, and then on my piece, on my stitched piece, I laced it and I put a washer on the back. And that way, so this is why I don't like to do magnets on the back of this, is because you have to worry about the polarity of your magnet in the frame and make sure that it's the same polarity on, or opposite technically, on this side so that it will stick correctly. And you also cannot really adjust it. But with this washer, if you put it on here, see, it'll still click, and then you can kind of adjust it. So if it was way over there, that's fine. All I have to do is just move it center, and there we go. So, and it's still a little crooked. There, that was going to bug me, so I know it was going to bug y'all. Anyways, so I absolutely love how it turned out. And if you saw on my Instagram post, I don't care that it's not fall or autumn right now. I am just so happy with that FFO that it is going out in my house for at least a little bit. Honestly, it might go out into my house until I am able to stitch the new Spring Grounds by Primrose Cottage. They are actually releasing them March 12th. So as long as I get this video up today, it should be tomorrow. They are releasing those. And Mom and I have already said that we're going to get them and stitch them. And that's what's going to replace these. I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Same count fabric. It's 32 count fabric. So I'm going to stitch those up as quickly as I can and then replace these. So these will probably stay displayed in my house until I can replace them with the Spring Grounds. And they are so cute. They have ladybugs, frogs, I think carrots, and maybe dragonflies, if I'm not mistaken. But that's right up my alley. And with like gardening season starting and everything, I'm very excited about those. So I'm just waiting. I think we're gonna get the paper copy, so we'll wait for them to come in the mail. And yeah, I'm excited. So if you haven't checked out Primrose Cottage, their latest Flosstube, they're skipping. Maybe they skipped last week because they were at market. But if you want to, I think they're a lot of fun to watch, and you can also kind of see their designs before they actually release them. So take a look at their most recent Flosstube. And towards the end of this video, I am going to mention a couple of Flosstubers that I really have liked to watch in the past couple of weeks. Not many, just a couple. But I will definitely list Primrose Cottage if you haven't watched them, or if you didn't know that they had a Flosstube, you just go to their website, watch their Flosstube. It's a lot of fun. So yeah. I have 0 finishes this week, so we are going to skip ahead to WIPs, because I do have a few WIPs. The first WIP that I have is this United We Plaid. I'm working on this red house. I haven't decided if I'm going to go in the order red, white, and blue, or if I'm going to do red, blue, and then the white one, because I don't know, the white one just seems like the final overall piece that pulls it all together. It has the flag and everything like that, so I might wait and do that one at the end. We'll see. But I am stitching them on separate pieces of fabric. I haven't decided how I'm going to finish them yet. I'm only on the first house and I'm not even halfway done with, well, we'll see. Maybe I am halfway done with it. I've gotten a good bit done on this since the last time you saw it. And I will put up a picture of where I was the last time you saw this. I am stitching it on 28 count blue Jubilee. And here is where I've gotten. So I did a lot. At first, I only had the pink. It's very hard to tell, I think, even up close. She does such a wonderful job with color, I think, that it blends so well. Because at first, when I was working on this house, it was a pink house. And I was like, wait a minute, let me check the colors and make sure I'm doing this right. But it was. There's pink in there, and that's just to pull out the plaid effect. So I think it's really cool. So I added in the grayish color, and then I also added in the red color. And as you can see, I've also started working on this roof. So yeah, I am loving this. And these are the fireworks right over here. If you have watched some of my recent videos, you kind of know that I somewhat like to color complete if I can, and if it's in the correct area. So when I was working on red for the outline over here, I just jumped over and did these. But that is a lot of fun. And it is in my bag that I got at one of my local LNS's, Cabin Cross Stitch. It's in Hiawassee, Georgia. It's a pretty new store, but I loved this project bag. And that's their little tag. So yes, fun, cute, patriotic design. Let me let her out real quick. There you go. Okay, cat is out of the room. I have 3 cats and a dog, so it's a zoo around here sometimes, but it's a lot of fun. The next one that I have to show you is this WordyBirds April by Sweetwing Studio. I got to meet the designer, Susan O'Brien, at Cabin Cross Stitch the last time Mom and I went there, and she is just wonderful. She is so sweet. So I was very happy to, actually I won this pattern in a little giveaway that they were doing because she had a trunk show there. So it was very neat to, plus, hey, my name's April, so it was perfect, meant to be. So I will show you where I was on this last time. And I've gotten a good bit done on this too. At least it looks like it. I know that words can be a little deceiving, so I probably did less than what I feel like I got done. But here it is now. I am being a daredevil. I showed y'all last week that I did a pattern and I did the entire border first. I am not usually like that. And on this one, I went all the way across. I counted this probably 4 times just to make sure that I had it right. Because I think I did this even before I put in the flowing here. So I was like, oh gosh, am I counting this right? You know, am I going to have to frog it or whatever? And I didn't, so I'm very happy. So now I'm working on kind of this bottom border part, and this is the lowest part of the design. So That's the bottom, and I'm just trying to finish this whole bottom area, I think, first, and then I'll go up. So this has been fun. There are more pretty colors, and there's like birdies and stuff up top, so I'm very excited to get to that point. But right now, this is fun too. I do like her wording. I like words that have letters that word flowing comes to mind, but they are easy to like flow and stitch along, so I don't have to pull or go across behind the fabric too far with my threads, so you can't see that in the background. So I really like that I can be strategic and start from the bottom part of this F, work my way up, and then I'll be right there where the L starts, that kind of thing, and then I'll be at the bottom part of this O, and I don't have to go very far. So I like to kind of strategically plan out how I'm going to stitch each letter so that it can be very close to the next one, so I don't have to carry my threads too much in the back. So I like that. Very cute grime guard that my mom made me. This is on a Q-snap. So was the last one. So when they're in a Q-snap, I typically like to pick a Q-snap that can fit pretty much the whole design so that I don't have to put the clamps over my stitching. So that's that. And I like to be matchy-matchy. I like the grime guard and the needle minder to all kind of match. And this, I think I'm probably going to use this same for my entire WordyBird series. I am getting them all. And you can, I know that she's releasing them at different times of this year, but I think you actually can order them all through, I think it's Heartland Quilts. I will post their link down below, but they seem to, I don't know if it's have exclusive rights to her design, or not exclusive rights, but I don't know. I think they have some kind of exclusive deal to where you can go ahead and purchase all of them through them. And I might do that, especially if I get caught up on the WordyBirds that I have so far. Oh, we'll see, because this is the first one that I've started. So we'll see. But if you're wanting to be patient and just wait until your local LNS has them, then I think the last set is going to be released in August of this year. So it's not that far away, but that's going to be the last 3 months of the year. The WordyBird designs the last 3 months. So yep, I'm looking forward to all of those. I did see pictures of them in her market video that she did. Sweet Wing Studio, if you follow her on Instagram or Facebook, she posted the video on there. So it was fun to see because they're very cute. And then this bag that I have it in is by Pinky Promises. Actually, I have another Notions bag, but you can see the back. It's got a cute hummingbird. And this is the best part. So pretty. Look at that embroidery. So pretty. But yes, that's a lot of fun. All right, next, this is a big whammy. Whew. But I did pull it out and work on it some. So yesterday was March 10th, which is 310 Day. And in the cross stitch world, we know that is black. So I decided to pull out a project that I'm currently working on 310 and try to knock out some 310 stitches just to be fun and cute and whatever, because I was kind of ready to change up my projects a little bit. So the first one that came to mind was Waters of Nirvana by Heaven and Earth Designs. That is one that I started this January with my mom, and I will put a picture of it. And the artwork is by Yuri Krush, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. And it's a lot. It's a big old thing. 422,500 stitches. And let's see. I am stitching it on 28 count white Lugana Easy Count Grid by Zweigert. The Easy Count Grid, this is the first project that I've used it on, and it's very nice. I will say that. It's just nice. I won't say that it's like the most like feel good type. I did a even weave Lugana for 25 count Lugana, just by MCG Textiles for my head wig full coverage, and I actually like the feel of it and the fibers better, but Easy Grid, like, you can't beat that. So anyways, so now I've done 2,166 stitches, which puts me at 0.51%. And let me show it to you. I actually did bring it in here, so hopefully this will show up. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see if I can get. So like I said, I was filling in black. So I worked a lot on the tree of the branches. This is the cherry blossom tree that is up in the upper left-hand corner, which is where I started. So yes, tiny, tiny stitches. But it's a lot of fun. And as always, looking further back on projects is where it's at when it's full coverage like this. But look how big this thing is going to be. I mean, you can just see the width. I'm not gonna take out everything. These are roll-a-frame rods that I have this on. And if you want to see the frame that I have it in, like the stand, then you can look back at my WIP parade, and it will show you. It was something that my dad made me, and it's a game changer for working on pieces like this, because I think this is a 30-inch. We'll put them on. Yeah, this is a 30-inch rod, so I'm definitely not holding that with my hands. But anyway, so that's I worked on it. That's what I can say. I did put like 500 or so, almost 500 stitches in it yesterday, working on just black. But if you saw my Instagram post, I have like 23,000 some odd stitches in black. So what I'm trying to do is sort of eat my vegetables, as we say, and I'm trying to work on it work on the 310 some, so that when I need to work on it, it won't be that much of a chore, because, you know, this pattern, you saw how many different colors, how bright they are. I can knock out some 310 so that I can get to those bright yellows and blues and things like that. So I did that. All right. I do have one new start. Last week, you saw that I finished You Grow Girl over here. And so I decided to now start this one. Gardening is Dirt Cheap Therapy. This is by Pickle Barrel Designs, and it is part of this series called the Green Thumb series. I am stitching it on 28 Count Storm by Crosswing Collection. That is the same fabric that I stitched the other one on, and it will also be used for this last one, Crazy Plant Lady. I'm not stitching the bottom one. I'm just stitching the top three. And this is my progress on it. So I actually did get a good bit done. I started working on the border. That's where I'm at right now. I did the bottom part of the carrots, but they don't have tops yet. But they will. I did have to change all of these colors. I don't know what happened, but the colors that were called for, they didn't match. So maybe there's a color correction on the chart out there, but I tried to look at least for her website and I couldn't find it. So I've got to do a little bit more digging maybe. But anyways, I just used some of the other colors that were called for in other charts on the same pattern. So other charts that were in the same series, I'll put it that way. You get the idea. But yeah, that's really cute. I like it. I do like the colors a lot. So that was my new start. I have that in a project folder by Stino Stitches. It's so cute. Those are my colors, and the bumblebees and the little beetles and a crocheted flower. And that's the inside. See, I've got my fabric all ready for that last one that I'm going to do. So yes, that's very cute. My potatoes are coming up in my garden already. I'm excited. They're like the only cool season thing that I do before the spring. So they're starting to pop up, and that makes me happy. We're supposed to get one really, really good freeze again next week, but today is supposed to be, I don't know, 84, 85 degrees, whatever. This is I believe we're on our 5th fake spring. That's how it goes in Georgia. We get all these fake springs, and it makes gardeners like me want to plant because it's warm outside. But no, I pretty much wait until Good Friday, or at least Farmer's Almanac says that our last frost date is, I think, April 7th or 8th. So I wait until at least that weekend. So anyway, so I'm being patient, but I do have seeds started inside, and I have potatoes outside in the garden already. Fun stuff. Next, I like to go over some things that are at my Stitchy spot. I call it my Stitchy spot swag because every single one of us uses different things. And I know that there were some things that I came back. In fact, I'm going to show you one today that I think I squealed in a store because I was so excited to find this thing. It was the cutest thing. And I'm all about cute and things that become essentials to me. Like I've got to have them because it makes my stitching so much more fun and easy. And we're going to save that one until the end, okay? So I'm going to show you this though. I always want to show you the scissors that I'm using right now. And this is some pretty pink ones that I've had. And this is the pretty scissor fob. It actually says it's the shape and it says Florida on there. This fob, I think, was gifted to me by a good friend named Karen. She lives in Florida. She's a huge Disney fan. And she's just the sweetest. I met her at StitchCon, a retreat in Ohio in the summer. And she was the sweetest. I think my mom had already known her and met her, but her joy, her stitchy kindness, everything. It was just a joy to be around. So kind. So she gave me this, and I will never forget. And we still keep in touch sometimes on Facebook and things like that. Especially with our stitchy adventures that we go on. So that's the scissors I've been using. I know that lights are a big topic and they're often asked about, especially to go on retreats too. But I actually do use a light at my desk because, and it's not this desk that's behind me, but I have a computer desk that I stitch at a lot. And so I actually use this. It is by the Daylight Company. I got this on Amazon a few years ago, and it is a little pricey. I will completely admit that, but I think light and your eyesight is very, very important, and it makes your stitches look better as long if you know for you to be able to see your stitches, and I think it's very important. So this is by the Daylight Company, and it has a charging port, but it does have a pretty good battery length of time, but it can extend like that. And there's I'm not going to blind you, but you turn it on and wow, that's bright. You can even dim it some, or you can make it bright, bright, bright. And this swivels around the other way. So you can adjust it however you need to, sort of. And it doesn't go very high. It is just meant for a table or desk lamp. That's pretty much the extent. You can make it go straight up. But I love this. I think it gives really, really good light. I do take this on retreats because I should have brought the bag in here, but it comes in a bag that fits this perfectly. I would say this weighs probably about 3 to 5 pounds probably. So it's not very heavy, and it comes in a very nice, very rigid tote carrier, so it's easily packed into like a suitcase for travel or something like that. And it's a hard case, so you can protect it. And I think this is really good. I will put a link to it on Amazon. Sometimes it does say that it's unavailable, and it's a little pricey. I think it was like one of the recent price points that I saw on it was $180 or $190. I've had this for 3 years now, I believe, and it is still working great. But maybe you can find it somewhere else for a bit cheaper. But I'll at least put a link in Amazon because I just want to show you what I use and what I like. And sometimes in Stitchy World, if that costs a little bit more, then I think it's worth it. But that will be up to you. So I'll put a link for that. Another thing that I just got last year, which Market has more of them, and I'm excited to see what my local needle workshop has. It is this Stacy Nash lotion bar. My hands get dry, especially in the winter, so I got this, and it lasts a long time. Like, a bottle of lotion, well, I don't know, lotion like the liquidy type lotion is not always good for stitchers, right? Because it's oily and leave behind a residue, your needles are slippery, like all this kind of stuff. So this is the lotion bar. It just comes in that tin, and a little dab will do you. So like I just rub it just a little bit, and like that's enough. That's all that I need. And it doesn't leave your hands greasy or anything like that. And it's not going to harm any of your stitching. It's not going to leave behind anything. So I really like that. This scent, I don't see it available anymore. I did look at her website, but this is Laundry Line. I love this. It's so clean. But she's got some new scents that just came out from Market. And so be checking on either her website or at your local LNS. Maybe they picked up some. So but I do love that, and I love that it helps my hands stay moisturized while I'm stitching, and it doesn't harm anything. The last thing, this is an essential at my stitching spot. I found this at a store called Tudor Rose, and it's no longer open. She actually retired, but this was like my first Stitchy shopping trip to like a local LNS. It was pretty much the only one that we had that was local, and it wasn't completely cross stitch or anything like that, but they did have these needle minders, and I fell in love. So this is a cute little, they call them beetle needle minders. I think it looks like a ladybug, but it is it's called a beetle needle minder, and the coolest thing, it slides up, and I'm not going to blind you, but it has a light. It's so cute. And they come in some different colors and whatnot. So I will post a link. They do sell them on Amazon, but I've seen them on Etsy and stuff too. Just price check, because sometimes these things will be like, I don't even know, $15, and then there's an $8 shipping charge. Don't do that. Like, just I've seen them for $10 or less, and you can sometimes get free shipping on them. So price check. But I will at least post what they are, a link to what they are, so that you can find them and look for them yourself. But yeah, they change all the time. I think the best deal that I have found is from various sellers on Etsy. So just be looking out. But they're so cute. I love it. Because one thing that I don't like to do is I'm not a thread licker, really. I used to be, but I don't like doing that. Especially a lot of times I'm wearing like lip gloss or whatever, and I don't want that on my threads. So I appreciated threaders, but then this one has a light too, and it's cute. Like, you can't beat that. So it's fun. All right. That is all of my Stitchy Spot swag that I will show you this week. I'll show you a couple more things next week. There's always stuff to show you. And so that's kind of fun for me. I like, seeing all of my little things on my desk that I can use, and a lot of times they are extremely useful. I do not like to sit there for a minute and try and thread my needle. That takes me literally 2 seconds now, so I like it. It saves me time and it keeps my thread and everything clean, so I like it. I did get a little bit of haul, so we're gonna move into haul. One thing, this was it was stitchy kindness from my mom. She went to a store called Accents and Stitches in Louisiana this past week, and she got me a chart. So this is a chart called All About Spring by Val's Stuff. I've never had a Val's Stuff design, so I'm kind of excited. And of course, my mom knows me very, very well. So look at the spring like butterfly and bees and those googly eyes. That's going to be fun. So yes, I'm excited to start that. And I know I've got stash fabric and threads to use for that, so that'll be fun. I am also, so that is the only physical haul that I have right now, but I am part of a Patreon by Tiny Modernist, and she just recently released her March chart, which is so cute. I will put a picture up, and it is called Spring Belchar, and it has a little hummingbird in there. So it is really, really cute. I cannot wait to start that one. The next thing, I'm also part of Shannon Christine's monthly chart club. And with that, I get, she releases a, okay, the price is like $9.99 a month right now. But you get so much. So I could see all of the charts that she released, I think last year, I think I could see up to 12 months ago, all of her charts that she has released in the monthly club. And I also get a new main monthly chart every month, a Christmas chart, and a Halloween chart. So I get 3 new charts every single month. And she also does a stitch along, a year-long stitch along. I think right now it's cupcakes. And so, but her main charts every month, I mean, it would probably be a $12+ chart. So I'm already winning. And I love Shannon Christine designs. If you've seen some of my finishes from last year, you'll see. And they're the cute little freebies that she does all the time. They're so cute for stitchy friends to send them those and to like kit them up for them. She releases those on her Facebook all the time. So that's just a lot of fun. I love her designs. Her use of color is so interesting, and just trust it. That's what I always do at the beginning, or whenever I try a new designer's chart for the first time, is I trust their colors. And she has not failed me. I will say that. So she released one of her new main charts in January, was this pretty swan lake, and it is so pretty. The colors, wow. So I could definitely see this going into like a little girl's room or something. But just the colors alone are like, I kind of want to stitch this. So we'll see. And then February's was Queen Bee, which is very cute. You can tell she's getting ready for spring and everything like that. So I'm excited to see what her March main pattern is. But even her Christmas and Halloween ones, they're just so cute. They're usually smaller. The ones that she releases, like the Christmas chart every single month, they're usually smaller than her main charts, but they are still so cute. So, and I've actually pulled quite a few to kit up. If you know, I'm doing a 64 starts and 38 finishes this year to celebrate my mom's age and my age. And if you want to know more about that, then watch any of my previous videos. I think I talked about it through some of those. But so I've been pulling charts to kit up. And so this was her December monthly chart, main monthly chart. I think that one's really cute. This was a previous one. However, this one, she is actually releasing at market this year. So I love that, and I think that is just so pretty. So I want to do that one. And usually she's a DMC stitcher or designer, so a lot of these are just DMC. This one's so cute. I think this was one of her extra Halloween monthly minis. Bewitching Toad. I'm excited about that one. And then, oh, this is so pretty. Autumn Owl. So yes, I've pulled all of those charts so that I can kit them up and start them up as one of my 64. Speaking of 6438, I will go ahead and let you know that I have 12 starts as of today and 6 finishes as of today. I did do some market pre-orders, and I was going to show you them today, just like a picture of what I ordered, but I will be going to my LNS next week on Wednesday, so I won't be filming next Wednesday. I will film Thursday so that I can show you what I got, hopefully the physical copies, and that'll be fun. So I'm going to the Stitchin' Kitten. It is in Irmo, South Carolina, and they are, I'll say I have 2 LNSs. That one is one. It's about a 2.5 hour drive for me. And then Cabin Cross Stitch is in Hiawassee, Georgia. And that's, I think it's about a 2-hour drive as well. So for all of you that have a LNS that is 20 minutes away from you, I am very jealous. Very, very jealous. I have to plan my trips. I usually take a project to kit up, like just a chart that I like to kit up, just to make sure that I'm supporting the LNSs as much as I can. So we'll see, because I have already pre-ordered some market stuff this time. But usually if I don't have pre-orders that I'm going to go pick up, then I will take a chart and I'll kit it up while I'm there. But that's just a little fun side note. Always support your local LNSs. So that's kind of all of my FFOs, my WIPs, starts, Stitchy Spot swag, and haul. I am going to go into some shop releases, which I think you'll want to stick around for this, because it's fun stuff. But so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm getting into spring mood, but there was kind of one, my mom finished something. We'll call her my model stitcher. And she finished something that was gifted to us by our friends over at Stitchy Fix. And it turned out so cute, but she wanted like a particular kind of frame. And I was like, I can make that. And so I did. And I will show you her finished piece. It's so pretty. Look at that cute little snowman. So this is kind of like wrapping up her winter stitching, I think. I don't remember the name of this chart, but I'm pretty sure it was by Leela's Studio. If I am wrong on any of this, I'm going to post it below. But this was so cute. Like I said, this was gifted, the pattern and the floss and everything was gifted to us by our friends over at Stitchy Fix, Victoria and Chris. They have an excellent Flosstube. They do lots of fun stitching, but those color, like, and it was a lot of stitching. She did tell me that. I have the pattern too, and I have it kitted up and ready to go. So I'm probably gonna pull that one out for one of my 64 starts this year. But I did make this frame, and it is going to be available on my shop when this video goes live. So you can see it there. I will link it below. And all of my frames do come unfinished. So you can see this is how it's going to come. There's this backboard, and then there is this medium middle board, and then there's the skinny board. And they all fit together just like that. And I use E6000. It's a very industrial grade glue to glue all of the layers together. And then I'll post the acrylics that she used to paint, but just use a water-based acrylic paint that you can buy at, Amazon or Hobby Lobby. The ones at Hobby Lobby, Crafter's Choice is their, I don't know if it's like a generic brand or something, but it's only like 49 cents for a bottle of it, and it goes a long way. So yes, she did a wonderful job. I will sell the frame with these snowflakes. There's quite an assortment of them. So I'll have like an option to where you can buy the frame with the snowflakes or without it. And if it's with it, then I will probably include like somewhere around 9 or 10 different snowflakes, but they might vary in size and shape kind of thing. But yes, that will be on my Etsy shop soon. It turned out so cute. And we all need more oval frames in our life, right? Like we kind of have the pick of the litter when it comes to square and rectangle frames, but square and circular, no, oval and circular, it seems, are a little hard to find, especially the right size and everything like that. So, but yes, very cute, very, very cute. She did an excellent job on that. The other thing, I'm ready for spring. So I made some new line keepers or pattern keepers, whatever you want to call them, but they keep your place on your chart. So these are, they're just little rectangular pieces, but you would just have your metal board behind it and then, move it up as you need to on your chart, because it has magnets on the back. And they're very strong magnets. But yes, spring stitches, butterfly kisses. Love that. There's also the Earth Laughs in Flowers by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I love these cute little engravings. I had so much fun. There's New Season, New Start. That's my motto this year. It's pretty much new week, new start, or new day, new start. I don't know. The 6438. Bunny Kisses and Easter Stitches. We're all doing our Easter stitching, right? We're getting ready. Or if you're a non-seasonal stitcher, maybe you're ahead of the game. Maybe you're doing better than me. Everything is possible for one who believes. And then some of these, I don't have magnets on the back, but I'll still show you. Spring Vibes. So cute. Frogs belong in the garden. That's what I needed this week, because I had to frog a couple of times. It's not fun, but frogs are cute, so they do belong in the garden. I've got Stitching on a Cloudy Day. We have sunshine too, but it's because of our stitching, right? And the last try that I did inspired me. You Grow Girl. Because every time I said that's what I'm stitching on, it was just funny. So funny. And then last one, April Showers and Stitching Flowers. So those are now available in my Etsy shop as well. Fun new designs. So I had a lot of fun creating those. I am, of course, always working on more things. I'm collaborating with somebody right now to maybe do a frame with her design, and maybe sell it as a kit, or at least just sell it on her Etsy page as well. So it's so much fun having people out there in the community that appreciate what I'm doing here, and they think that my quality is good and my designs are good, so they're reaching out to me. So that's a lot of fun. The other thing is, I just started this last week. I'm going to start doing a Friday feature, or a featured Friday. And that means that on Friday, I'm going to feature one product or one type of product, something like that, in my Etsy shop. And for the weekend, it's going to go on sale. So if you're not following my Instagram or Facebook, be sure to follow it on there, because that's the only place that I'm going to announce it, other than if you get the notifications from Etsy that I'm having a sale in my shop. So follow me on Instagram and Facebook to find out about the product that is on sale for this weekend. And I think how I have it set up is it goes live Friday when I post, and it ends Sunday night. So yes, that was a lot of fun. Last weekend, the tobacco basket frame went on sale because it was my new product, and I decided, let's feature the new thing. So I'm not guaranteeing that that's always going to be happening, but it was a lot of fun, and I shipped out some, and I hope they love them. So the last thing that I will do is I do want to touch on some other Flosstubers that I've been watching that I just had like some wow moments, like, wow, you are so talented kind of thing. One is actually a new Flosstuber that I have found. He is not a new Flosstuber by any means, but it is the Runner Stitcher. And I found him in his latest Flosstube that I watched, the only one that I've watched so far. He showed this stitch that he's working on, Fruits of Plenty, and he did it in a green colorway. It is gorgeous. It is just, I was like, whoa, that is so impressive. And his stitching is very, very good. He pays very close attention to detail, you can definitely tell. And he just hit 7,000 subscribers on Flosstube as well. So that's very exciting. And we are all a cross-stitching community, and I love to spread the love wherever I can. So y'all go check him out, the Runner Stitcher. And yes, the Fruits of Plenty. I think he's kind of focusing on that a little bit because I think he's getting close to a finish. So I'm definitely going to be watching his progress on that, and it's exciting. So he's definitely on my, subscriptions list now of where I have to go to catch up and everything like that. So it's fun. There's tons of Flosstubers out there though, and so many of them are very kind-hearted, and they are very talented. So just spreading the love here. And of course, I know that I have mentioned Stitchy Fix, but they have been posting a lot of videos lately, and it's very enabling and inspiring. So if you like bright, colorful, cheerful, especially like smalls that are manageable, go watch them. Like, they have a lot, and a lot of their style and mine overlap. So if you like me here, then hopefully you'll like them as well. So I will post them down below. And I think that is everything for today. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, like, favorite, anything you want to for my Etsy shop. And also, don't forget to let me know down below in the comments what WIP you were working on today while you were watching my Flosstube. Thanks. Love, grow, and create every day. Bye.